Good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Healing is Power. I pray that you guys have been really taking care of yourselves out there. I really do. I hope that you guys have been, putting yourselves first. And that's the main thing that I want to talk about tonight is, putting yourself first. But the main, also talking about, that it's okay to say no. And, when you say no, don't feel bad about it. Don't feel guilty. It's okay to say no sometimes. So, Um, you guys can find Healing is Power on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and Pandora. Again, I hope you guys have been really taking care of yourselves out there. It's been a lot going on in the news. Um, of course, we all know that the media sometimes can mislead us, and we can't believe everything that we see or hear. But things are getting pretty real out here, and we got to seek knowledge ourselves instead of relying on the knowledge of the government and mankind. We have to seek knowledge and seek God. There was a gentleman that I heard speaking today. I was out. um, he was just speaking on we're really living in the last days, and we really have to get it together and wake up, because you know Jesus is coming back. And if we're not ready, if we don't have our homes in order, if we're not right within ourselves with God, it's not going to look good. It's really not. And I know I haven't really been making a lot of podcasts lately or doing a lot of interviews because I've really been getting into myself more, spiritually healing. I've interviewed a lot of guests so far, and let them talk about their story and what healing and the healing process means to them. But I really haven't been doing it with myself as much. So that's what I've been taking the time to do. So, but I thank you guys for, following me, listening to me, all my new subscribers, current subscribers, people just passing by, thank you so much for, you guys listening and, taking the time out your day to, listen to, what I have to say and, my outlook on life. So, saying no. For me personally, saying no has always been a challenge for me ever since I was little. Someone asked me, hey, can you do this? Hey, can you do that? I've always been yes, 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 yes. But as I've gotten older and I've noticed that I've neglected myself for so many years to the point that it's even affected my health at certain points and my well-being and my life in general, I had to get to the point where I say no and not feel bad about it. And with me, when I started saying no, I felt guilty. I felt wrong. And of course, a lot of people, they'll try to run that guilt trip on you, that reverse psychology, on you to try to make you feel bad. Most of the time it's people that just want their way, or they feel like you're obligated, but it's okay to say no. You're not obligated. You're only obligated for yourself. You're only responsible for your own salvation. You can, share information with people. As the old saying goes, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink it. You can, share information with people, but um, you, in other words, you just really have to focus on yourself, and it's okay to say no, and don't feel bad about it. Um, and even to this day, it's still a challenge for me, but I know I have to say it, and I encourage you guys out there to, you know, I've been speaking on this a lot lately on the last few of my podcasts. Put yourself, well, put God first, of course, and then put yourself first after that. Because if you were to drop dead today, what would your last moments be on this earth? Would it be wasting your time on situations or people that you shouldn't, not prioritizing yourself? What would it be? And once I started realizing that, I was like, okay, if I were to leave this earth now, what would my last moments be? Would it be on, of course, loving everyone and wishing everyone the best and wanting the best for everyone and keeping everyone in prayer and loving everyone and as the love Christ gave to us and still gives to us? But what would your last days on this earth be if you don't put yourself first and say no? See, unfortunately, the human race is naturally selfish, and a lot of us don't realize it. And we really sometimes, being human, we don't really realize that, people have to care about themselves. It's not always about you or what you can get out of someone. You have to think about, okay, that person has feelings, that person has, a life, that person, has to take care of themselves. A lot of people don't see that nowadays. It's just all about, what can you do for me? What can you do for me? What can you do for me? Me, 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 me. But what about you, 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 you? I've been called selfish in the past for putting myself first. But that's okay. You're right. I'm selfish. Cause yes, it's about time for me to think about myself, my future, my children, all the above. So yes, if that means I'm selfish, you're right. You're absolutely right. There's a good selfish and there's a bad selfish. Good selfish is making sure you prioritize yourself, whether and that falls under mental, health, spiritual, your family. And then of course there's a bad selfish, just thinking about yourself and not thinking about others' feelings. So saying no is okay. It's okay to say no and be done with it. You don't have to explain the reason why you're saying no. Just say no and be done with it. And you guys do your own research. Don't let the media, this news, this news is fake out here, and I hope this doesn't get banned or taken down for me saying this, but do your own research. There's a lot going on. You notice every every 3 months or so there's some type of different distraction that takes everyone off of what's really going on. And again, like I just said a few minutes ago, you can't really trust the news. You have to do your own personal research on different things, because the government, as you see, they're not going to be honest with you. It's just so much going on. It's so much going on. It's like I see so many people out here that are so blind and they just don't want to hear it. They ignore it like it's a game, especially this younger generation. It's really, really scary. But it's like, you can't talk to them. If you try to tell them something, they get upset or they want to argue with you or go toe to toe with you. It's crazy. But just everyone needs to wake up out here and realize what's going on. Do your own research, seek God. We're living in our last days. It's really sad. This NWO. I'm speaking codes. NWO. I was out to eat today, and a robot served my food. I've been seeing this on TikTok, on videos and stuff like that. Different restaurants, they have the robots serve their food. My first experience today, and I was just like, oh wow, you know, it's just it's a lot. And if you're not paying attention, if you're not woke out here, I don't know what to tell you. Really, really wake up. Don't trust the government. Start stocking up on food, water, food, different types of food, pastry food, not pastry food, but beans, rice, stuff like that. um, as far as the money situation is going with these banks and stuff like that, I think there's a lot more going on than what they're telling us, of course. But I would say do your research on that too. But um, we're definitely moving into a new system. It's right here, and it's really, really scary. But if you're right with God, you're right within, you have nothing to worry about. And that's one of the things that a gentleman was saying today that I heard. He was like, if you get right with God, you don't have anything to worry about. He's going to protect his children, but these ones that's out here asleep, it's not a good look. It's really not a good look. And I hate it for you. But I pray that, those that hear this video, those that are passing through, those that are subscribed, really take heed to what's going on. Because it's going to be a lot of lost souls out here. Get right within, prioritize yourself. It's okay to say no. It's okay to help people and have a heart for people because heck, I've needed help. Even recently needed help. I'm it's hard out here, but um, it's okay to say no. You know, in everything that I do, I seek God. Anything for the most part, I stand in need for anything, I go to God in prayer about it, and He always answers my prayers. And I really encourage you guys out there to do the same thing. Um, he's just wonderful. And with my podcast where I talked about self isolation, he's just preparing us for what's to come. And I don't know what's coming, but I know it's going to be something serious, worse probably than COVID. But again, we do what we need to do. We follow the instructions on what to do, what we're led to do. We'll be okay. But those that don't, I really don't know. But yeah, it's okay to say no. Sometimes it's okay. Um, there are people out here that will run that guilt trip on you and make you feel bad, but don't let them do it. It's okay. Because even God will tell you no sometimes, or He'll tell you not yet, or I have something better for you. So don't feel bad about saying no. You guys take care out there. Stay healthy, stay safe, and be good.